I recently took a visit to Mama's 2 in New York City. This is his second location in the West Village. He has another one uptown, but this one is different than his first one. The one uptown is tiny. This one, he has the ability to have space. He's got 4 huge Pizza Master ovens, and he's cranking out hundreds, if not thousands, of pizzas every single day. I was there on a Tuesday afternoon, and I couldn't believe how busy it was, and a line was forming out the door. But there's a couple things that you can learn from Frank, even though you're not in New York City and you don't have the foot traffic he does. There's a couple lessons that you can learn from Frank that I'm going to share with you in this video about my recent visit to Frank from Mama's 2. One of the things he talks about in the video we did, which you can find in the link in the description of this video, you can check out the Pizzeria Insider series, the whole walkthrough of Frank's place, and the video where he talks. I'm just going to share some clips in my opinion of what you can take away from his spot in this video. So if you want to go check that out, we'll link it in the description below this video. But one of the things he talks about is consistency. And consistency, when you're doing the volume that Frank's doing, is not easy. He talked about him being there every single day the place has been open since he opened the new location, which is a while now, a few months. He wants everything to be the same. He wants you to come in, regardless of how you heard of them or how you found them. Obviously, they're a popular spot, and get a pizza that's the quality that he wants it to be every single time, no matter when you come in. And that's his commitment to his pizzeria. And I think that's a key lesson, that if you're starting a pizza shop or you already operate, consistency is the number one thing. And how do you do that? You don't serve 1,000 different things. Frank serves pizza and a couple sandwiches. He has round pizzas, square pizzas, and a few sandwiches that he makes that he added on after. He started just making pizza. He was known for his square pizza that's cooked well done, and that's what made him be able to be consistent. Sometimes people try to add way too many things to their menu and try to please every single person, and by doing that, you end up really pleasing nobody because you're not doing anything really well. Frank's known for his square pizza. That's what people go in. That's what they order. That's what people share on Instagram and TikTok when they go into his shop, because he does such a great job of it. But that's the number one thing that he's worried about, is how do I make my product consistent every single time somebody walks in here?
And then we equally successful in that as well too. And I think just the approach that Mama's 2 is a craveable place where you're gonna really crave, like, wow, that pizza's really crunchy, really soft inside, really tender. It's got great robust flavors, and you just keep wanting to come back and have it. And then you come get our sandwiches, like, wow, that meat is really tender, that meat is really juicy. All the flavors work on that. The bread is just right. That is what keeps Mama's 2 popular and trending. We've opened 7 years now.
Wow.
Almost 7 years, and we're still talked about. We didn't
fade off.
We didn't fade off. We didn't reduce our quality. Yeah. We didn't change the way we did things. We just keep doing things the way we do them. We keep things consistent. We keep things tasty. We keep things, kind of in your face with flavors, and we make sure we bring it every single day.
The next thing he talked about is the dough. He is the one who comes up with the recipe and checks the dough. Your dough is the best, most important thing when it comes to your pizza. It's literally the thing that separates you from the pizza shop down the street. In most pizza shops around the world, or around the country, in the US at least, you're getting similar cheese, similar sauce. You're getting your products from the same places. Even your dough, you may be getting the same flour from down the street, but the process in which you make your dough, which you ferment it, how long you leave it out, how long you mix it, when you add the ingredients into the mix, all of those things determine how your pizza comes out and what can make your pizza different. So Frank obsesses about the dough and making sure that it's like a living, breathing thing, he says, and he wants to make sure that it's the best it can possibly be every single time. You see the flour on his shirt right there because he just got done coming upstairs from the dough basement that he was in, making sure that the dough they were going to use, whenever they were going to use it in a day or two, was the best it could possibly be. So not only do you have to be consistent with your pizza when you're cooking them, but your starting process with the dough that you use has to be consistent as well. Another great lesson from Frank, and he's pumping out thousands of pizzas a week, so you can guarantee he's got that process pretty down.
Me.
What's your dough process? Do you make dough today? So you're making dough today. When do you use that dough?
Every day. Every day. We make our dough, and it could be anywhere from 24 to 36 hours. Depending
Is it sourdough,
on,
or do you use yeast?
We don't use any sourdough. We use commercial yeast. Depending on the season, we could do some pre-ferments like a Bigo or a Polish. It really all depends on where I'm at with my recipe and what I want out of our pizza.
Is it changing all the time?
I'm sorry. Do I change it all the time? I change the ratios of
Slightly.
the flours that I use. I change the ratios of our hydration levels. I change percentages on pretty much our salt and our sugar levels. It don't really all depend on the season, honestly. Right now it's really hot, so anybody who's a commercial, pizza maker that does the things who's professional, you're gonna reduce your hydration a little bit, reduce your yeast content. You're going to change your order lease procedure and stuff like that if you're doing one. So for us, it's always a battle. It's always a battle. Every pizza maker knows this, Those are living thing, It can be, happy one day, sad another, and you just gotta roll with it. And thankfully, I have the know-how for all the experience that I have to basically get it done, and we go from there.
Frank also uses influencers really well. If you go to his Instagram, he's got a great following on Instagram, and he's made pizzas that not only taste good, but are visually appealing. I think sometimes, especially nowadays, pizza makers and pizza operators get annoyed with influencers in social media. Frank has done a great job of working with those influencers and social media to make his pizzas look the best they possibly can, but also make people want to come in there in order to take photos and to share for him. He's done a great job of that. Like, I don't know if he uses PR or anything. If you do know if he uses PR or anything, let me know in the comments below. I'm not aware of that. But I do know that I see his pizza all over Instagram all the time, and he has a great following. So if you want to go follow what he does, how he takes his pictures, what pictures he takes photos of, the lighting, and all of the time, and what he writes in there, and how he gets those people to come in and share his content for him to spread the word, he does a great job of that. Now, I don't think Frank does everything perfectly. I'm going to give him a little bit of a critique here, not in a positive way. One of the things I did notice when I was going, especially into his new place, is that it is very busy and a little disorganized when you order. One thing that you do have to look out for when you are building such a busy place like Frank did is, what is the customer flow going to be like? I don't know if everybody has the capacity to have a pizza that is so good that people will fight the crowd and fight the lack of process and system to order it like at Frank's place. So I don't know if you could copy his system and flow for customers. I did know that you walk in the door, you kind of order at the counter, and they do take a little bit of time for them to kind of prep your slices. They don't make the slices done. They have them in a case, and then when you order them, they have to finish the slices, whether they put cheese on or a topping on or reheat them. There's a process to that. That process takes a little bit. Now, I know it's New York City, and I know space is tight in there, but the process that Frank has isn't great for the customer, in my opinion. Now, he can get away with it because he's such a destination place. But if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I'm just going to copy what Frank from Mama's 2 does when it comes to the flow of my business, I don't know if that's such a good idea. You want to think about the customer experience as well, especially if you're new and just getting started. You want to be able to have the customer have a pleasant experience from start to finish. Now, what does start mean? Start means from walking in your front door to placing the order to waiting for that order and not being crammed in a corner. Another place that I thought about this was Apollonia's in LA. Same kind of experience. You walk in, you order, and then you get it kind of crammed into the side of the restaurant while you're waiting for your slices to be prepped. I don't know if Frank has the best approach for that I think you should copy, but that's definitely something you could learn from Frank at Mama's 2. And the last piece of advice which Frank gave, which I thought was interesting that not too many people have given before, was know how to make pizza. And what I think he means is when you open a pizza shop, you want to know how to do everything. It seems like that's an obvious statement, but you'd be surprised how many people come to the pizza industry and want to open a pizza shop from somewhere else, whether they're an attorney or a plumber or they had a career and they just have always dreamed about making pizza for a business, and they do pop-ups, which is fantastic. I think that's a great way to get started, but they don't really know how to operate the business. They don't know how to operate and make pizza in an environment like a pizza shop. They don't know how to clean the oven. They don't know how to make the prep. They don't know how to run the POS system. And all of those things you're going to need to be the best at if you operate a pizza shop, because people come and go. And you can have the best staff in the world, but that doesn't mean they're going to be with you forever. So you want to make sure that you have the best knowledge of anybody in your pizza shop at every single task. And if you can be confident that you have the ability to do that, then no matter who comes in, you can always train them and help them get better. But so many people take for granted the fact that there's a lot of different parts in running parts of operating a pizza shop that they don't think of outside of just making pizza. Most of the time, when you open a pizza shop, you are going to be making pizza less than you think. You think you're going to open a pizza shop and be like, yeah, I'm just going to be the pizza maker. And unless you have a one-man shop where you just are the pizza maker and you take all the orders and it's a small operation, that may work. But if you have an operation like Frank's not making any of these pizzas. He has a whole team. He probably had 15 employees on a Tuesday afternoon making all of those orders, taking the orders, making the dough, making the sandwiches, doing the prep, and he's just overseeing everything. So keep that in mind when you want to open your pizza shop.
Mama's 2 with Frank. It's gonna be a cool video because they crank it in there. They have 2 giant Pizza Master ovens. They have 2 more Pizza Master ovens that does the reheating for the slices. This is their second location. They have one uptown that's a quarter of this size. I'm sweating because it's 900 degrees out here. Holy moly. Look at this asshole. Comes to New York City the first time it's 97 degrees for 17 days in a row while I'm here trying to do stupid pizza videos in 400 degree heat. Who as a pizza guy decides to do that? Me. That's who. Back to this video here. But Frank gave me some pizza here. This is pretty cool. Bruschetta. This is the Angry Nona. This is kind of what they're known for. And then I'm not exactly sure what this one is called. I'll add it in overlay for the video. But Frank said, you want some slices? I said, of course. He said, what do you want? I said, you tell me what to get. So this is Frank's choice. So if you're coming here, I said, Frank, you give me what you think I should have. Take video and a picture of this, screenshot it, because this is what Frank told me to get.
It actually says, get them all, pal.
Get them all, pal. But it's very busy in there. Try this one first. This is the bruschetta. This one actually looks really good. That one's good. It's light. This is the Angry Nona. I think this has Mike's Hot Honey.
No. Oh, yeah.
And then the back. So what they do is they cook these in the pan. The cheese, it said it takes about 25 minutes to cook. Cook in the pan initially, they take it out, and then they top it, and then they put it back in the oven just on the stone without the pan. And it gets like a crispy bottom. You can see like they probably put a lot of olive oil on the bottom of that pan. It gets like nice and crispy. And then they have the pepperoni on the top. And this isn't awkward at all. Just make me standing in New York City sweating my ass off. People staring at me eat pizza. Everybody wants my job. It's great. And this is the last one. Oh, look at the bottom of that. Nice cook on that one. Ooh, hear that crunch? It's nice and thin. This is a really thin pizza. Different than what we just had at Lindustry. Took a big bite of that one. I like the thinness of this one. But we really, literally picked the busiest corner to stop and do this pizza thing on. My God.
Lemon Street was thin. But
Not that thin.
Thinner, yeah.
Maybe this has been like, so this has been a little bit since like, was at Frank's. So it's not fresh out the oven. I got the cup and chopped pepperonis on there, the vodka sauce. Whoa. Closing on us. Where's it going? Mama's 2. It's all over my face. Do I have any of my face right here? Do I have any of my face? The good thing, like I'm in New York, it's hot. I'm sweating. I got pizzas all over my face now. People are staring at me. It's hot. I don't know where I'm going. Just met Scott from Scott's Pizza Tour. Bumped into me, made me go to Lindustry, get a pizza. It was good. I'm glad he did it, but I wasn't prepared for that. I have to go to another place. I have a meeting at 3. Sounds glorious, doesn't it? Like you see these videos, you're like, oh man, Bruce just gets to go eat pizza all day long and just like hangs out. Yeah, it's great. I got people staring at me. I got sweat dripping off my face. I just took a video with vodka sauce all over my cheeks. That being said, it is pretty good. It's a pretty good job. I have to say, you know what? You're sitting in the office watching this video probably on your break being like, damn, let me just go check out where Bruce is now. in between my Excel sheets. I'm out here eating some pizza. Mama's too.
And let me know if you have a question about opening your pizza shop or if I can help in any way. Check out the links in the description below this video. I help you open a pizza shop, come up with an idea, concept, get some equipment going in there, help you ideate what's a good place to do it. All of that. Consulting available in the description below this video if you need some help. And let me know if you like these style of videos. I go to Pizzeria Insider. I will link the description, the whole video, so you can see everything Frank talked about in this one. But I've done a whole bunch of videos. We've gone to Dallas, San Francisco, LA, New York, New Jersey, Orlando, Tampa. So many different places I've been able to check out pizza shops and get the inside scoop around the country. I want you to go check out From the Slice YouTube channel. We'll link that in the description below this video. But if you like these business breakdowns where I talk about, from my perspective, the business that I visited, let me know. Because if you do, I'll continue to do them. If you don't, we'll pivot a little bit and come up with some new content. The ultimate goal is to help you build a better pizza shop and or make your business the business of pizza. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.